Hello everybody, we wanted to talk to you today about a teaching philosophy for helping teachers to plan more effective units. We believe that if teachers begin by thinking about the outcomes, then we can design more effective units. It's called understanding by design and backward design. We believe that teachers should start with understanding the desired results. Identify your desired results. What is it that you want your students to learn? And be very specific with that. Then determine how you're going to evaluate that. How do you want your students to demonstrate the knowledge that they have learned? Then, once you have done that, then you can plan your learning experiences. Too often, teachers go the backwards way. We start by planning experiences, and then we get to our results later on. And instead, we believe that we need to start with identifying our desired results first.
Thank you. Yeah, identifying the results and thinking about, what are the big ideas? What is it that you want the students to understand? So you really are teaching for understanding, not just trying to march through the textbook, march through the content. And so often, the teachers can begin working through the chapter and then later on, as an afterthought, think of how they're going to assess that. But with the backward design process, you really are going to focus on, what is it that we want them to understand, and then how can the teacher assess the student in such a way that they know that they understand in a deep, kind of rich way. And then the very last thing you do is planning, okay, now what kind of lessons can I put out there that are going to help the students to do awesome on the assessment? So just sort of, again, working backwards in that kind of way. Now, another document that we have here, pause. Yeah, so here's another document that's useful. This one goes into a little bit more detail, and I'm not going to read all of this to you, but you can see it comes from Wigan and McTighe, Understanding by Design, Backwards Design Process. Stage 1 is the desired results. That's where you are establishing the goals, thinking about what are the big ideas, specific understandings that you want the students to acquire. And this goes into talking about different levels of understanding that you can think about as well in terms of explaining, interpreting, ability to apply it, empathize, self-knowledge. Those are different levels of understanding that a student can have. Essential questions are a part of thinking about deeper understanding. But then the next step is the assessment evidence. So how can you assess? And this doesn't have to be an end of the chapter kind of test. It can be things all along the way, things that happen, inside the course of the day. There could be tasks that the students need to perform, or other evidence that they're able to provide, so that you can see that they truly do understand what it is that you want them to understand. And then stage 3, the last step of all, which often teachers put first instead, is the learning plan. So what learning experiences and instruction will enable the learners to achieve the desired results? So you're really trying to set up experiences that are going to help them to just ace the assessment, and not in a teaching to the test kind of a way, but your assessment is something that really is valid for showing that they understand what you care about. So now how can I teach them in a way to make them to be successful at that? So that's the backwards design process, a key aspect of understanding by design.